Hello students, good morning all of you. Welcome back to the BRM second unit. Yesterday we were discussing about the various types of definitions of probability. So many types of definitions are there in probability. There are three types. One is called the classical definition, which is also known as the mathematical or as the a priori definition. And today we are going to discuss the second type of definition, what you called the statistical definition or as the empirical definition or as the relative frequency definition. So what is the statistical definition? So here the probability of any event, let us suppose that the event is A. I already told you, in the probability language, the events are going to be denoted by capital letters, capital alphabets, isn't it? So how do we denote probability of the given event? A is nothing but that is equal to limit n tends to infinity m by n. So probability of A is nothing but limit n tends to infinity m by n. So what you call this? This you are calling as the statistical definition. How to read this? So whenever an event occurred m times, I mean to say when an experiment repeated for n times, out of which m of the events are favorable for a happening of any event, let us suppose that event has capital A, then its probability is denoted in the statistical definition as the probability of A is equal to limit n tends to infinity m by n. That means here n goes on increasing. So what do you mean infinity? Infinity means the value which cannot be defined, very, very larger value. Understand? So this probability definition is applied for the second type of situation. Yesterday we were discussing three variety kinds of situations. One is both n and m are finite. So in a bowl having different color balls, there you can apply classical definition. In the second situation, what is that? On few of the patients, you are, finding out the results of certain drug, like what you call COVID vaccine, its impact, its effectiveness. So there, by increasing the size of the medical volunteers, how come the success is going to be regarding that COVID vaccine? In that situation, you can apply what you call the statistical definition. This is a highly advanced way of application of the probability. Now, after discussing the second definition, now we are going to discuss the one more very, very important definition, the third definition, what you call that axiomatic definition. So to understand axiomatic definition, before that you have to understand actually one very, very important definition, what to call this sample space. Sample space. What do you mean by sample space? Okay. The sample space is represented by capital S. Very, very important definition. The sample space is nothing but the totality of all possible outcomes of a random experiment. All possible outcomes of a random experiment. We have to recall the definitions. So earlier we discussed various kinds of definitions. You have to by heart those definitions. Understand? Everywhere that information is available, but there I try to explain you what are all the actual meaning of those definitions. So what in a random experiment? A random experiment is that experiment where you know all the results before itself, but at any particular point of time, you may not be in a position to exactly give the kind of result is going to turn up. Understand? Such a kind of experiments are known as the random experiments. So I already told you 4 basic experiments, random experiments also. So here, how to understand the sample space in the case of, let us suppose the first kind of experiment, what to call that? Coin tossing. Coin tossing experiment. Okay. Now when a coin is tossed 2 times, what are the possibilities are going to be? Now this is a standard formula. So as you know very well, a coin will have 2 sides, that means 2. And how many times you are going to repeat? 2 times you are throwing that. So 2 square. So what you get here? Nothing but 2 into 2 expansion. The answer what you are going to get here 4. That means what is the sample space of the coin whenever tossed 2 times means 4. I mean to say you are going to have the 4 elements in that vertical entire sample space. Now let us practically observe. Understand? So as you know very well, when a coin has been tossed 2 times. So what are the possibilities? In every coin, one side head will be there and one more side tail would be there. So what are the possibilities? Let us suppose that in the first trial, there is a possibility of getting head. One more trial also you may get head. One option. Okay. Same way. Let us suppose that when you toss the coin first time, you got head as your result, but second time you got tail as result. One option is there. And what is that one more? So first time let us suppose that you got the tail as your result, but second time when you toss the coin, you got, let us suppose, that head. And finally, let us suppose that one more option. What is that? When you toss the first time the coin, you got the tail. In second time also after tossing, let us suppose that you got tail only as your result. So how many possibilities are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. So overall way, these 4 information values, these 4 informative substance, is known as the sample space. This is most important, because as you all know that under the classical definition, what is the formula for calculation of any probability? Simple. The probability of A is equal to this magic ratio, m by n. What is m here? Favorable number of cases or events, where n is nothing but the total number of events or the cases. To find this m and n, what is required? You should know the actual values in the sample space. Very, very important point. That means to calculate any value in the probability, whether that is m value, n value, what is required? First of all, you should know what is your sample space. Strictly speaking, this 4 is known as the size of the sample space that we are going to represent by means of n of s. N of s. Understand? So then how do you define the sample space? Sample space is nothing but the totality of all possible outcomes when you perform the random experiment. Understand? So let us take one more example in the coin tossing only. Okay. This time I am going to toss the coin for 3 times. So how many sides will be there for every coin? 2 sides. How many times you are tossing that coin? 3 times. N power r. What is this formula? N power r. Where n represents the sides of the coin, r represents the number of times you have repeated that experiment. N power r. Okay. Now what do you get here? 2 into 2 into 2. So how much you will get here? 8. Understand? Now here we write down the entire sample space for this experiment. Now how many observations should be there in the sample space? 8 observations. Let us see how to write that. So 8 observations I am writing. Just you observe how I am writing. What is that logic? I will tell you. Okay. First, what I wrote here, 4 H's, 4 tiles. Next, what I am writing, 2 H's, 2 tails, 2 H's, 2 tails. Now, finally, what I write, 1 H, 1 tail, 1 head, 1 tail, 1 head, 1 tail, 1 head, 1 tail. See here. How many options are there? 8 options. You count here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now when you toss the coin 3 times, these are the only possibilities. Beyond this, no other kind of combination you are going to get. Damn sure. So what is that? This you are calling as the sample space. Understand? Now how to read this? Let us suppose that first time when I toss the coin, I got the head as my result. Second time when I toss the coin, I got result as head. Third time head. That is the entire information related to 3 times tossing of the coin. That is one combination. Now let us come to one more combination. First time head. Second time when I toss the coin head, but third time I got the tail. Like that, if you go on writing, how many options you are going to get? 8 options. What you are calling this? This you are calling as the sample space. Same way, okay, if you repeat the coin 4 times, so what is the sample space size is going to be? 2 into 2 into 2. 16. So what you are going to get here? 16 combinations would be there. Up to 16 you can write, but more than that, let us suppose that 2 power 5, 2 power 6. All those combinations if you want to write on the paper means humanly impossible. Then you are going to take the help of the software. Understand? Now, overall way, what is the purpose of the sample space? The sample space actually allows you what is the favorable number of ways, what is the total number of ways in that particular random experiment. For that only you need to write the sample space. Unless otherwise sample space is there on the paper or else in your mind, you cannot calculate the probability. Underline that. First thing, whenever a probability problem is given to you, what you need to do? You need to write down the sample space on the paper if possible, or else you need to mentally frame the sample space in the mind. Understand? Because sample space is again subsegmented into 2 types. One type are known as a finite sample spaces. One more type are known as infinite sample spaces. So finite sample spaces, infinite finite sample spaces. What do you know finite sample spaces? Finite sample spaces are those spaces which you can create on the paper, which you can develop, isn't it? Directly you can get the answer. But in some situations, in few kinds of random experiments, it's not possible to develop the sample space on the paper. What is required? You need to imagine all that what you call information in the mind itself. That's why please remember that to solve the probability problems, what is required? Sound logical way connection of the ideas are very, very important. Just by having a single point, you need to take out all the information whatever is required. So carefully you need to read the problem before indulging, before going to solve that problem. Okay? So what we learned till now, we came to know what even is sample space. Sample space is nothing but the totality of all possible outcomes. So whenever a coin tossed for 3 times, these are all possible outcomes. In MBA first semester or second semester, what are the students' percentage? So all MBA second semester students are going to be there. What do you call that? That is considered as a sample space. That is finite. Finite in the sense, countably possible. So unless otherwise you have the clear idea about the sample space, it's very difficult to solve the probability problems. Though I told you only this m and n values are required to get the answer. But to get this m and n, what is required? Lot more thought process.